Listen, I need y'all to hear me on this. Everybody out here talking about their dreams, bragging about what they're going to do, telling everybody their next move. But let me tell you something. Success don't come from talking. Success comes from working. People love to talk about success. They love to announce their plans, share their goals, and tell the world what they are about to do. Social media is full of people making declarations about their next big move, the business they are starting, the weight they are going to lose, the dreams they are chasing. But the truth is, success does not come from talking about it. It does not come from telling people what you are going to do. It comes from action, from putting in the work when nobody is watching, from grinding in silence while everyone else is busy making noise. The problem is people think saying something out loud makes it real. They believe if they tell enough people about their dream, it somehow moves them closer to it. But talking about success is not the same as working for it. Telling people your goals does not bring them any closer. If anything, it creates the illusion that progress is being made when in reality, nothing has changed. The only thing that changes your life is action. The only thing that builds success is consistent, disciplined effort. Too many people waste time seeking approval, waiting for someone to validate their dreams, looking for encouragement before they even take the first step. They want applause before they've done the work. They want recognition before they've earned it. But the truth is, success does not come with a round of applause at the start. It comes from long, lonely hours of effort, from pushing forward even when nobody is clapping, from staying focused even when there's no one watching. The work has to come first. The grind has to happen before the rewards ever show up. It is easy to get caught up in the idea of success rather than the process of achieving it. People love to dream, but they don't always love to do the work. The reality is, success is built in the unseen moments. It is built in early mornings and late nights. It is built in sacrifices that nobody else notices. It is built in the struggle, in the discipline, in the relentless pursuit of a goal that nobody else can see but you. Success is not a moment, it is the result of countless hours of effort that nobody else will ever fully understand. There is a reason why the most successful people don't talk much about what they're working on. They don't waste time making announcements because they are too busy putting in the work. They don't need to tell people what they are about to do because their actions will make it obvious when the time is right. When they finally achieve what they set out to do, the world will see it for themselves. There will be no need for an explanation because success speaks louder than words ever could. It takes discipline to stay silent and work. It takes self-control to resist the urge to share every step of the journey. It takes confidence to know that you do not need an audience to make progress. The need for validation is a distraction. Seeking approval before you succeed only slows you down. The time spent talking could be time spent building. The energy used to explain could be energy used to execute. The most valuable thing you can do for your success is to stop announcing and start doing. People often believe that success is something that needs to be announced, something that must be broadcasted to the world in order to feel real. But the truth is, the loudest people are rarely the most successful. Those who truly achieve great things don't waste time talking about what they are going to do. They simply do it. They put their heads down, put in the work, and let the results speak for themselves. In a world where everyone is eager to share their next move, there is real power in staying silent and grinding in the background. There is a strength that comes from keeping your goals to yourself and focusing on the work instead of the recognition. It is easy to get caught up in the need to prove something to others, to seek validation before success even arrives. But the most successful people understand that words mean nothing without action. They know that no matter how much they talk about their dreams, it is the execution that truly matters. When you work in silence, you eliminate distractions. You stop worrying about what others think. You no longer feel the need to impress anyone, and instead you focus on what actually matters, getting better, getting stronger, improving your craft, and making progress. The moment you stop seeking validation and start focusing on yourself is the moment you begin to move differently. You stop wasting time explaining yourself to people who don't care, and you start putting energy into the things that will actually move you forward. There is also a psychological advantage to keeping your goals private. Studies have shown that when people announce their plans, their brains sometimes trick them into feeling like they have already accomplished something, leading to less motivation to follow through. By keeping your goals to yourself, you maintain a level of hunger and drive that pushes you to keep going. You stay focused because there is no external pressure, no need to prove anything to anyone. You are working solely for yourself. And that kind of motivation is the most powerful kind. The work you put in behind closed doors is what builds real success. It is the unseen effort, the long hours, the sacrifices that nobody else witnesses. It is the discipline to keep going when nobody is watching. It is the patience to trust the process without needing immediate recognition. Most people want the spotlight before they have put in the hours. They want the reward before they have done the work. But real success does not happen that way. It happens in the quiet moments, in the relentless consistency that nobody claps for. There will always be people who doubt you, people who don't believe in your vision, people who secretly hope you fail. That is why working in silence is so powerful. It protects you from negativity. It keeps you focused on what truly matters. When you do the work without seeking approval, you are in full control of your own destiny. You don't give anyone the chance to discourage you because they don't even know what you are up to. The most successful people do not need to tell the world what they are about to do. They just do it. They understand that results are the only thing that matter. When you walk into a room with success written all over you, you don't have to say a word. People can see it. They can feel it. They already know. Too many people waste valuable time seeking validation from others before they even take the first step towards success. They want reassurance, approval, and applause before they have done the work. They spend energy trying to convince others that their dreams are worth pursuing instead of just getting to work. But the truth is, success does not require permission. It does not require validation. It requires discipline, consistency, and a relentless focus on the goal. When you constantly look for approval, you give other people power over your dreams. You allow their opinions, their doubts, and their lack of vision to dictate how you move. The moment you stop seeking validation is the moment you take full control of your own path. You are no longer held back by fear of judgment or rejection. You stop second-guessing yourself because you realize that the only opinion that truly matters is the one you have about yourself. People will always have something to say. No matter what you do, there will be those who doubt you, who don't believe in your vision, who think you are dreaming too big. If you rely on the approval of others, you will never take action because there will always be someone who does not see what you see. The most successful people in the world did not wait for permission. They did not wait for a round of applause before they started their journey. They simply believed in themselves enough to take the first step and keep going, even when nobody else understood. Validation seeking is one of the biggest distractions on the road to success. Every moment spent explaining your goals to others is a moment that could be spent working on them. Every conversation seeking approval is a distraction from the real work that needs to be done. The time and energy spent trying to convince others could be used to sharpen skills, gain knowledge, and make progress. The people who achieve greatness do so because they refuse to let the opinions of others slow them down. They trust the process and they trust themselves. True confidence does not come from external validation. It comes from knowing deep inside that you are capable. It comes from understanding that your dreams are real, even if no one else believes in them yet. It comes from putting in the work every single day, not for applause, not for recognition, but because you know that you are building something great. When you truly believe in yourself, you no longer need anyone else to believe in you. There is freedom in letting go of the need for validation. It allows you to move with purpose instead of hesitation. It gives you the power to take risks, to make mistakes, to learn, and to grow without fear of judgment. It keeps you focused on what actually matters: progress, discipline, and execution. Success is not about being liked or approved of. It is about being consistent and committed, no matter who is watching. Many people will not understand your journey, and that is okay. It is not their journey to understand. Some will doubt you, some will criticize you, some will question why you are even trying. But when you stop seeking validation, none of that matters. You become unstoppable because you are no longer controlled by the opinions of people who are not walking your path. The only thing that matters is that you keep moving forward, keep working, and keep believing in yourself, even when no one else does. In 10 p.m., April 3rd, 2025, Zafarala Kambalachon 2345. Hard work is the most underrated and misunderstood tool for success. In a world where people are looking for shortcuts, easy routes, and quick wins, those who truly succeed know that there is no substitute for effort. Hard work is the secret weapon that separates those who dream from those who achieve. It is what turns potential into reality, what transforms talent into greatness, and what builds lasting success. Most people want success, but they are not willing to do what it takes to get there. They admire the results, but do not want the process. They see the rewards, but ignore the years of effort, struggle, and sacrifice that went into achieving them. The truth is, success is built in the dark, in the hours that nobody sees, in the relentless pursuit of improvement when there is no immediate gratification. Hard work is what happens when no one is watching, when there is no applause, when there is nothing but pure determination to keep going. It is easy to wish for success. It is easy to talk about goals, to make plans, to visualize a better future, but none of that matters without action. Hard work is the difference between those who make progress and those who stay stuck. It is the unglamorous, repetitive, disciplined effort that most people are not willing to commit to. It is the hours spent learning, practicing, refining skills, and pushing past comfort zones. It is the ability to show up every day, even when motivation fades, even when results are not immediate, even when obstacles make it seem impossible. People often underestimate the power of consistency. They think success comes from one big moment, one breakthrough, one lucky opportunity. But real success is built on the back of countless small efforts, repeated over and over again. It is waking up earlier, staying later, doing the extra work, and refusing to quit when things get tough. It is about putting in the hours when others are resting, staying focused when others are distracted, and being disciplined when others are making excuses. Hard work is not just about physical effort, it is also about mental toughness. It is about pushing past self-doubt, overcoming fear, and silencing the negative voices that try to convince you that you are not capable. It is about developing the resilience to keep moving forward, even when progress feels slow, even when failure happens, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. It is about believing that effort will eventually pay off, that every small step is building something greater, that persistence will always win over time. Most people give up too soon. They start something with excitement, but the moment it gets difficult, they look for an easier way out. They let frustration, disappointment, or doubt convince them to stop. But those who succeed understand that hard work does not always bring immediate rewards. The results are not always visible right away. Sometimes it feels like nothing is happening, like all the effort is wasted. But success is not about instant gratification. It is about planting seeds and trusting that with enough care, patience, and effort, they will grow. Hard work creates opportunities. It opens doors that talent alone never could. It builds confidence, skill, and a mindset that cannot be shaken by temporary setbacks. It separates those who are willing to do what it takes from those who only talk about success. It is what allows people to turn obstacles into stepping stones, to transform failures into lessons, and to keep moving forward no matter what challenges arise. Those who truly commit to hard work do not need to look for success. Success finds them. Confidence is not about talking, boasting, or proving yourself to others. True confidence is quiet. It does not need validation. It does not need approval, and it does not need to be announced. It is built through execution, through consistent effort, through proving to yourself that you are capable. People who are truly confident do not waste time telling the world what they are going to do. They just do it. They put in the work, and when success comes, it speaks louder than any words ever could. The mistake many people make is thinking confidence comes from what they say. They believe if they talk big, if they tell enough people about their plans, if they get enough support, they will feel more confident. But confidence does not come from words. It comes from action. It comes from putting in the hours when no one is watching, from struggling through failures and setbacks and still pushing forward. It comes from discipline, from effort, from taking real steps toward a goal instead of just imagining it. Confidence is built in private, in the moments when nobody else sees. It comes from experience, from repetition, from facing challenges head on and proving to yourself that you can handle them. People who are confident do not need to announce their success before it happens because they already know they are on the right path. They do not need constant reassurance from others because they have already reassured themselves through hard work. They do not need to convince anyone of their greatness because their results will speak for them. A person who truly believes in themselves does not waste time explaining. They do not get caught up in proving people wrong. They do not feel the need to debate, defend, or seek approval. They are too focused on the work, too locked in on their goals, too busy taking action. Their confidence comes from knowing that every step forward, no matter how small, is moving them closer to success. They do not panic when things do not go their way because they trust the process. They do not let failure shake them because they know failure is just part of the journey. The loudest people in the room are often the least confident. They rely on words because they have not yet put in enough work to rely on results. They try to prove themselves through noise instead of effort. But real confidence is quiet. It does not need to be advertised. It does not need to be performed. It is not about impressing others. It is about knowing who you are, knowing what you are capable of, and showing up every day to do the work no matter who is watching. Confidence without execution is just arrogance. Talking about success without working for it is meaningless. The people who go the farthest in life are not the ones who spend time announcing their goals, but the ones who spend time achieving them. They understand that confidence is not built by saying you will do something. It is built by actually doing it, day after day, until success becomes inevitable. The most powerful form of confidence is when others can see it in your actions, in your results, in the way you move. It does not need an introduction. It does not need a speech. It does not need to be explained. People recognize it without a word being spoken because real confidence is undeniable. Success is not about making noise, grabbing attention, or trying to impress people. It is about discipline, focus, and putting in the work every single day. Too many people waste time talking about their plans, explaining their dreams, and trying to prove themselves before they have done anything. But the truth is, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is execution. The only thing that matters is getting up every day and doing what needs to be done, no matter who is watching, no matter how long it takes, no matter what obstacles come along the way. The most successful people understand this. They know that success does not come from public declarations, but from private discipline. They put their heads down and work while others are busy looking for shortcuts. They grind while others are talking. They stay focused while others are distracted. They do not waste energy trying to convince anyone of their potential because they know that results will speak for them in the end. When the time is right, when the work has been done, success will make the noise.